Hello, and today I'm going to be doing a Scratch video because I mostly use Scratch to make my games on things like my website and other thing. Yeah, on my website. So I've decided I'm going to show people how to actually make games because people actually find it quite interesting and how the games that I actually make. So I thought I could show this to everybody so they can do it themselves. Right. So Scratch can be quite overwhelming when you first open it up, and you can see I'm in my account right now, so I have all my other projects, but this is just a blank one. So as you can see, you've got all these different blocks that you can use to make different scripts. So in this video I'm going to be making some quick games and to show you how I made them on my own. So the first thing you want to do is you either want to keep this sprite, which is just a cat, but ideally you can make your own. So I'm just going to make it a square, so just a cube with the new thing, with the new sprite, which you can go down here and then click paint and make your own, or if you choose a sprite you can choose out all of these, a couple categories, and search up if you know the name of a specific one you want. But I'm going to hold shift and now I'm going to drag my mouse down a bit here to make a perfect cube. However, I think this board is a bit too small, so I'm going to put it up to 20, I think. And now I'm going to move this. So I'm also going to delete this one. I'm just going to call this one player because this is the thing that's going to move and you're going to behave as. So you can move it around a bit with that. But if you want to make it while you're playing the game, which you won't be able to drag it around and change the coordinates like this, what you're going to have to do is actually make some code for it. So you can use when space key click, but you might not just want the space key, so when you click on this you have all these. So I'm going to be using WASD because that's what most games actually can run like that use. So WASD is quite a good thing for making games, so many people can get the controls easy. So just gonna have to bear for a minute. Right, but these keys don't do anything right now, but you can see the green flag now clicks because shows up a bit because these are keys. So when A clicked, because that's left, I'm gonna use these a bit. So I'm gonna change X by -5 and change X by 5 for D, which means now move the cube. But we still don't have it up and down, so we're gonna use Y. And Scratch is actually a 2D coding thing, so you can't really make too complex things, but some people have actually made complex things in 3D and many other things. But today we're just going to work on the basics, and so far we'll just have a bit of movement, but I'm bringing it all the way up over here, and you can see when I click the green flag I can't reset the entire game. So when green flag is when your game actually starts, so you can use movement to make it go where you want. So setting 0, 0, and that means when you click the green flag you're going to start your game and it's going to set you at 0, 0. So now that we've got some basic movement for the game and where you start, we're going to have a look into some more things like this. I think as a good game idea for this little series that I'm going to be doing, where everyone can learn to code in Scratch, I think the first one I'll make a clicker game where, and if you don't know, it's where you just click something and then with a cube or circle, and then you get clicks or cookies or whatever, and then you can get upgrades to get more and more clicks and things. I think that would be good, so I'm going to delete this code, and to do that you're going to have to drag it over here. So you can also use when this sprite clicked, which is when you click it, and you can see the green flag flashes a bit. You can click go to random position. However, that can lead to a couple weird results, like this. It's a little bit clipping out of bounds, which we don't really want. So we're going to go to 0, 0, but that's not what we want because now it's not going to move. But we want it to move, but we don't know how to keep it out of bounds. So we're going to use operators for this. Pick random between 1 and 10 can be changed. So we're going to be using negative 50 and 50 for both of these. You can just fill those in here. So after you've done that, every result after you click it, go in this little area, which isn't very big, so you can make it negative 100, 200, negative 100, to 400. Now we've got quite a large area where I can move. So this is quite basic, but it makes that. Another quite complex thing that can happen is variables, which we're going to use for a score. So score. Now you can delete those and make them show on the screen, but also if you don't like how it's in this little corner, you can drag it around while before you start the game, and you can also go on full screen using this. But yeah, we don't still have much gameplay, but every time I click it, the score doesn't go up. So when the sprite clicked, change score by 1. But now, so when we reset the game, we don't reset a score, so you're going to have to set the score to 0. Now we have a little game where you just click the cube and it goes around a bit. Now, this isn't very interesting at the current moment, so what if we made like some platforms that they can fall on and give the cube a bit of gravity? So now that we've actually done, well actually no, that wouldn't work because it's a clicker game, but we can make it slowly fall down maybe, and you click it and it goes somewhere else, and you click it and it goes somewhere else. So if we actually use the Y, which is the altitude up, and the X, which is along, and we set that to 0, we can also use the control, which lets us wait, repeat forever, and specific things. And then this is a lot more confusing with the clones. So we're going to use a forever, and then we're going to change Y by -2. As you can see, it slowly goes down now. The more you click it. But what if we didn't want it to actually go too far down? Because if it's all the way up there and you click it and it goes down to there, that's not very good, is it? So actually, I don't know how to do that right now. And it's very too. Well, I do know how to do it, but it's not very beginner friendly, so I'm not going to do that. But if it hits the ground, nothing happens actually. So wait, look, and then it clips out of bounds, which we don't really want. So what we're going to do is make a new sprite with paint tool. I'm also going to make some text. I'm going to quickly go over the drawing and things. So this is the reshape tool. But wait, so this is the square, right? We make squares with it. That's it. This is just the mouse, which lets you change the size, length, height, loads of other things. Color, you can change the color. This is the reshape tool, which lets you reshape it. This is the paint tool, which lets you draw in it. This is the erase tool, which lets you erase it. But that erases everything it touches, meaning we're now going to have a bit of a hole in there. This is the fill tool, which you can fill in things with. Text tool, which you can write with. And this is the line tool, which lets you make lines. And these are very thin, which you can actually change the size of, so I'm going to change it up to 10 actually, so you can see them. This is the circle tool, which lets you make stuff, but we don't want to actually fill this in, so we're going to circle this masterpiece around, but we're going to have to use the mouse to have to move it. So now that we have that, but this isn't actually a perfect circle, so we're going to hold shift again and make a perfect circle, which don't actually exist, so I guess it's not very perfect, but it's perfect. And then there's the square tool, which lets you make squares. Right, so after we have this, which I'm going to actually delete, we're going to make a You Lose screen. I'm going to make this in red. And I'm going to enlarge in it. Undo if you don't like it. And you're going to enlarge in it using the mouse tool. So this just is always showing, so we're going to add a bit of code to it. We're going to make it go to the middle at all times, so we're not going to use any motion. We're going to actually use looks in here, and also when green flag clicked. But we can't really detect when it touches the ground, so we can rename our sprite as well. So now that we have that, we can get the player, and when that clicked forever, and we can use the if, and we can use sensing, touching, and you can change what it is, edge. Then we're going to use the thing that is very hard to actually use, the broadcast. Well, it's quite easy, but not many people actually use it. And we're going to put lose in there, because it's touched the edge. Lose, when I receive lose, show. But it's currently showing right now, so we're going to hide it. But what happens when we lose? It's showing, so we're going to, but now it shows up again. So we're going to make it hide. So you're going to do that, and we're also going to make it stop all, because even when this appears, we can keep playing the game, which we don't really want. So we're going to use a stop all here, which stops everything in the script ending the game. So now everything stops when it hits the ground. And have a go at your game now, which is quite basic. So, but it's what you made with a bit of help, but you still made it. This is very easy to do, but you definitely came here for a reason, because even as a beginner, I didn't actually know how to use broadcast and the change Y's and X's. I used move 10 steps, which is very much inferior because it moves in the direction that you're facing. And as you can see, this actually changes what happens here. So now we've done your basic game. You understand a bit of code if you've been following along. And Scratch is quite easy to use. You should have realised that by now. And there's a lot you can do with it. But I think you need a bit of music in this, because if you turn up your volume, you can only hear your keypad on your mouse clicking away, which isn't very entertaining. So when I add the sounds, we have this pop here, which is pop. So how about when the sprite clicks, starts on pop. But pop isn't very good sound, especially for this kind of game. So you can actually have a look at your own sounds or record them. So I'm going to choose a sound. How about... No. No. Ba? No, that's a sheep. So I just choose a sound. So I'm going to choose this one, and to change the sound, you're going to go from pop, and then whichever one you have, and then scroll down to it. That's actually quite annoying, so I'm going to choose a new one. So these sounds aren't very best. As you can probably tell, but so yeah, I don't really advise using these, and just I think you should. I'm gonna use this one, but I don't know why. But so just record your own sounds, which you can do by heading to sounds down here, choose a sound, but record, and allow. It's alright. It's not gonna give you a virus, so. Boom. I don't know what that sound was. I just made a sound. Boom. And that's the exact same sound I just made. So now put this in recording 1. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna use this actually. And you can rename it as well. So sounds recording 1, but I want it to be click sound. Boom. And now it doesn't really change anything, but now in your files it says click sound, which is a lot more telling on what it is. Now, if you also don't know what something is, or you might forget, you can add a comment and say something. So I'm gonna put makes I am very bad at spelling right now. Makes the cube move and changes score by 1. Also makes a sound. So after you've added this little note, it's just going to stay here. You can hide it, or just make it less big, but I'm going to leave it out. And then you can also put more notes on. You can add a bit more, and it'll help you. Well, just help remember what's going on, and kind of organizes everything a bit more. So you can actually, yeah, this is like a bit of a sorting tool. So you just even everything out and sorts it out. Now that you can move the note as well. We're gonna just put the note just there. So very basic kind of game here, but you have sound effects, and you have an ending, and it's very interesting. So if you also want to do, you can add another sound. I don't want to record them. I'm just gonna. I know there's one called Crunch. Yeah, we're gonna use this for the end. Never see blues. And we're gonna hit the sound, starts on Crunch. You don't have to use Crunch. And now add another sound effect. That's not very long, is it? So yeah, it's not very good though. So you can use until done, which actually I don't advise doing that. I very much don't advise doing that. So yeah, that's it basically for this episode, I think. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you learned at least one thing about Scratch, and hope you enjoyed this first game. In the next episode, we'll be adding upgrades and shops and other things like that. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Goodbye.